It's been like a day since our last therapy session, which was really fucking helpful. I can't remember shit about it either. I mean, I remember bits. I don't remember much of. I don't remember all of what we said. I don't know why I'm blanking it if some parts of me. I am far less. I'm far less, well mixed than my co host. Much more amnesia between parts, so completely possible that some other parts of me were present. I know I was present throughout the whole thing. But the takeaway I do remember is that I equate anger to abuse. I see them as the same thing. And really think about it, just they've always meant the same thing to me. In terms of people that we've experienced and in terms of how I would respond, I have never learned what to do with anger other than lash out and be abusive or suppress it and shut myself down. What the fuck was I? I equate anger to abuse. And I have no fucking middle ground, obviously, as a person. I was brought up again. In this context, there's either shutting down and suppressing every fucking fibre of rage and being so inhibited that I can barely fucking move and I'm just near catatonic, or screaming and fucking punching holes indoors and being an abusive prick, and that was the only two ways I could see it. Which my therapist gently suggested there might actually be some grey area between those things. And that even it's okay for us to raise our voices. Not what one aims for, depends on the circumstances, but like, fuck, yeah, it happens. People can shout without being abusive if pushed enough in the right circumstance. I'm so fucking tired. It's been like 2 days. I attempted a vlog yesterday. I couldn't remember shit. I remember a bit more of it today. It's still sketchy as all hell. I remember that bit though. That bit's sunk in. And asking questions throughout because it made me feel like a fucking pillock. I hated it. Something about asking questions I don't fucking like. I know what I'm doing. I always invariably know what I'm fucking doing. Maybe to a fault, as far as I'm concerned, infallibly. If I don't fuck it, I fuck it up enough times until I do. I don't ask. That's not the most productive way to enter a therapy session, despite my last, 3 years of therapy. So it's like the first time, I think, actually, maybe that's why I remember it. I think it was the first time in a session I'd asked questions. Like, is it okay to shout, ever, if you're fucking pissed off? And somebody ain't listening to you and ain't seeing you and constantly dismisses your reality. If it's that or shut down entirely, because what's the fucking point in trying? Not is it what's to aim for, but is it abusive? And there's a lot of factors that come into it, really. It depends, but not inherently. Depends what. Depends what you do at the time. Depends how you do it. But a voice raising, yeah. Not inherently It's kind of weird to me. It's like there was this harsh line. I think the session was different in a few ways. For one, it was like the first session where me and Violet had ever been co-fronting throughout all of it. Normally I give her space. Which maybe is not the best thing since we co-host a system together. It might actually be beneficial if we're running therapy together too, rather than usually we'd alternate. Just whoever had an issue that needed speaking about, that we got, like a point we got stuck at, whatever point we got stuck at, we just work out as much as we could. Go through shit just before therapy, work out which points we're actually stuck at, bring them to our therapist for sort of pointers, like getting nudged along the correct path, just at bits where we weren't sure which way to take, or what things hadn't been obvious to us. We've had like a couple of therapy sessions where I've be close, listen, sometimes just fuck off for some of the shit she says. I think it's the same in reverse, except I blank her more by accident. I talk about shit she don't have access to, and she loses time over it. It just must. It's automatic, like it just blanks her out. This one, we were both present, neither one of us even got shoved back inside. We were just both listening, both responding, both controlling the body, both able to interject whenever something was relevant. Neither one skipping time. That's never happened before. And then there was, the first managing to ask fucking questions, which I still makes me feel goddamn fucking uncomfortable. Like I'm declaring that I don't know what I'm doing, and like I need somebody else's fucking guidance for shit and I can't work it out on my own. Which is not something that I've ever identified with. I'm glad I did. It was a productive conversation. It was useful. And yeah, shockingly, clearly, actually, all hubris aside, there are some things I don't fucking know that I need to maybe ask for people that might. Even just having another perspective isn't gonna be fucking bad, is it? As long as it's not a dick you're asking. Fuck me. I've been thinking about it the last couple of days. I'm not looking back with shame or feeling like I did something wrong for asking. Not looking back and cringing. I'm just sort of reclining. Makes me feel angry. And then I think, yeah, that was the right fucking decision. And it still makes me feel fucking angry. That was kind of fucking painful. Anger and pain, that's it. That's where asking questions gets me. And perspectives I hadn't considered. and answers. I think I'm thinking more about the fact that I asked questions than about the answers in some ways. Maybe equal parts. I feel like I've always considered everything. I know my fucking shit. The idea that I hadn't considered that anger and abuse weren't the same fucking thing kind of bothers me. At the same time, of course I saw it was the same fucking thing. What else would I ever have learned? Mate. His hair's like a fucking barometer of how stressed I've been. I think what we essentially landed on is some expression of rage is fucking necessary to be healthy. You can't fucking suppress it all. Arguably suppressing any of it's a bad fucking idea. Just I always thought we deal with it in a way that was appropriate. Not that I fucking know what that looks like. I know what it don't look like. It don't look like destroying shit and abusing people. It don't look like screaming in people's faces or hitting them. That is the extent of my knowledge. What it does look like, I don't know. Apparently using words, giving the anger a voice, expressing whatever fucking need ain't been met, has been ignored, sidelined, whatever boundary's been crossed. It could just be done at a volume. The rage can be shown, it doesn't have to be like perfectly fucking diplomatically restrained, which is something I can't achieve, and thus hence the shutdown and the what the fuck is the point? One or the other. But no, apparently not. I noticed. Usually I don't really feel what the fuck the body's doing. Not like I feel my face all the time or like ever. I'm probably far more fucking dissociated from this. Probably more than a lot of people in this system. And near the end I could feel what this body was doing, and specifically I could feel that my mouth was really fucking tight. Every muscle in my face felt like it was fucking cast in iron. And like I couldn't stop the fucking muscle controlling my mouth from just twitching like a really pissed off dog. Not sure I was pissed off. I mean, yeah, when am I not? I think that was it. And that freaked the ever-loving fucking shit out of me. Because I had no control. I felt like it was so fucking visible. Whatever emotion. Just there. Out of my control. Evident. Visible. Fucking bullshit. Happening more and more these days. Less control. More physical responses. Sometimes I go to speak and it feels like I'm fucking choking. It's never happened in therapy. Barely fucking happened, but I fucked off inside to bite something, obviously, and left her to deal with the rest of the session, but fuck me. Fuck.